We all know that gravity is real. Take one look at our midlife faces, and that reality is all too prevalent. So, lucky for us today, I am honored to have Jacki Taylor with me to talk all about our face doing yoga and how, believe it or not, ladies, we can get a facelift in 5 minutes without surgery. So, a big welcome, Jacki, to the new mid.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Well, this is a fun topic, and I didn't even know about face yoga until we were in a summit together. And I feel like my eyes have just been open and found this new amazing pro-aging non-surgical way to have our faces look and feel younger. So how did you get involved with face yoga?
Do you know what? It was a strange thing, really. I lost 4 stone in weight, so that's about 150 pounds or something like that, give or take. And I started sort of doing a little bit of exercise. I've never been an exerciser, and as you can imagine, somebody being as heavy as I was, I just, it wasn't for me. But I kind of lost it for my brother's wedding, and I managed to keep it off. And when we went into the first lockdown, I thought, I couldn't go to my weight loss group or anything like that. So it was kind of, I've got to keep this off. So I decided that exercise was the way to go. And I tried various different types of exercise, one of which was yoga. And I loved how my body was changing, but I kept looking in the mirror and thinking, I've still got, these jowly bits. I've still got the loose skin. And it suddenly dawned on me, Jacqueline, you're a beauty therapist of almost 30 years back then, 30 years this year, actually. Why have you not considered the facial muscles? You're working the muscles of your body. Surely that's got to be a thing as well. So a little bit of Google. I found a 21-day little course on face yoga, and I started it, and I was absolutely hooked. And I just thought, I love this so much. And the more I did it, the more I enjoyed it. And I thought, you know what? I've got to learn more. I've got to understand more about this. And then my passion for teaching kind of took over, and In the Glow face yoga was born.
Well, I'm so glad it was born. And I love the thought that thinking, wait, our face, our neck are made up of muscles. So why wouldn't we work them out? So how exactly does facial yoga work?
Okay, well, yes, there are the exercises. So, and I think when people first look at face yoga, they're just concerned about the anti-aging aspect of it, and they want to pull funny faces and do exercise. But when you actually start getting into the science of it, there is so much more to face yoga than just exercising. But to try and just put it into a nutshell, we have approximately 57 muscles in the face, head, and neck. And each of those muscles is attached to the one either side of it. So every time they move, each muscle is moving and it impacts on the ones either side. And they are unique in the fact that they are also attached to the skin. So when we are moving those muscles and we're pulling facial expressions, they're moving the skin, unlike body muscles, which are moving bone and ligament. The face ones move the skin as well. So over time, what happens is we create bad habits, like we do with posture and things like that. We create bad habits and they start pulling the skin. So if you're using jaw clenching as an example, so if you're a jaw clencher, you'll find tightness in the jaw. So you'll kind of over time get tightness around here, but this will go saggy because you're not holding you're overworking one muscle, but you're not using the other one.
That is fascinating because you do see that. You will see more towards your chin, looser skin, and it will sort of gravity will play and pull it down. So you're
Yeah.
right. So that comes from clenching your jaw.
Yeah, one of the things, yeah. And also looking down at your phone all the time, that will tighten here
And
and at the
tighten
back
the
of
back
the
of
neck.
your neck.
Tighten the back of your neck, and we have a muscle called the sternocleidomastoid that runs down the side. So they all stretch, and the platysma muscle sags, that loosens. So because we're all looking at our screens and looking at our phones, over time you get tightness in the back and looseness in the front. So you'll start getting sort of turkey neck and double chin. So we do exercises to counteract it in the other way, to lift this up and loosen the back. So each exercise you do is either strength. There are exercises to strengthen and tone, and there are also exercises to relax. We also use massage to very much relax, release tension and everything in the face, and we use acupressure to release tension points in the face and help treat as well. So there's lots going on. It's not just the exercises. It's basically looking at exercises to tone and lift, but it's also looking at massage and exercises to relax and release. And what happens is that over time, I use an example. I've got some frown lines here because I am a frowner.
In
So as
between your
I've got,
eyebrows, yes.
yeah,
In between the eyebrows is a very common place to have wrinkles.
sorry, I forgot we're doing we're on podcast. So yeah, between the eyebrows, you've got your what they call the 11 lines. So when you frown, over time they will become deeper. So what we do is we do exercises. So I'm just basically putting my index fingers at the corners of my eyebrows, and I'm just going to stretch that muscle, the procerus muscle. So what we're doing is we're helping to release the tension that's causing those frown lines. So you can move them. So it's basically just working the muscles and like you would in the body, just retraining them to release tension or firm up whatever you need.
What's really fascinating about this conversation, when you're talking about relaxing, resetting, I did not think of it that way, but we hold so much of our tension in our neck and our shoulders. And a lot of that causes headaches. We also hold a lot of our stress in our scalps, which so many people don't think about it. And so literally from the neck up, we hold so much of our stress and tension. So what might be starting out as a little bit of vanity to like work on the wrinkles and like, kind of push up the sagging skin, the facelift, this actually works to release stress and tension and can even release and help with headaches.
Yeah. What I like to do when I sort of first do sort of people come to me for the first time for face yoga, I actually like to take them through just a scan of the head, neck and shoulders. Just in their minds, they close their eyes and it's like, feel your forehead. Now relax your forehead. And it's like, wow, you don't actually, because we just take our faces for granted. They're just there, and we don't actually think about the muscles moving and everything, but the tension that you mentioned, the back of the head, but the tension we actually hold in our face as well is incredible, and of that tension is causing lines and wrinkles.
Absolutely. I want to go back to talking about the muscles that we don't really think about, and that is in our throat. We take for granted automatic pilot that we can swallow. And I never thought about this until my father had trouble swallowing. So I'm like, okay, we're in midlife, ladies. we need to build this muscle, or at least keep this muscle strong. So can you talk to me a little bit about the throat muscles, the swallow muscles, and how we can protect them?
Okay, well, the best way to do it actually is to show you an exercise. It's called the bird. So with this one, what you do is you relax your neck and shoulders. So shoulders back and down. So you're sitting up nice and straight. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop our tongue into the roof of our mouth behind our teeth. Okay, and then you're going to gently tip your head backwards. And then I want you to pulse your tongue behind your teeth. So you do sort of for us each like every second. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pulses. And you'll actually feel the muscles in your throat begin to work.
So for those of you who are listening to this, you really need to go to my YouTube channel and check this out, because I can see my throat muscles moving when I do this. Yeah, I can see yours. So this is fantastic. This is great. Okay,
Yeah.
since we're into doing some of these exercises, I do have to ask about our jowls. You know, it just all of a sudden I was like, what happened? I've lost my neckline.
Oh,
Is
bless you.
So what can we do to help our neckline get rid of
Okay,
the
there's
jowls?
loads of exercises for the jowls, but probably there's let's do, trying to think what the best one would be to give you. Let's try the giraffe. So if you're listening in, so what I want you to do, again, sit up nice and straight, shoulders back and down, and then you're going to wrap your bottom lip over your top lip. That's where the giraffe bit comes in. And then we're going to put our fingers, so place your hands just on your collarbone to act as a little bit of resistance. And then in that position with your lips wrapped, you're going to just take your head backwards, not too much so that you strain your neck, but you just want to feel a nice stretch down the front. And then you're going to hold that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then just
Okay,
come back.
that was very funny, but it works. So
Yeah. And then the other one, which is great for jowls, is the jowl buster. So you would basically support your elbow with your hand, then place your fist under your chin, again, sitting up nice and straight. And then just gently open and close your mouth against the resistance of your fist for about 10 times.
Okay, so this is interesting. My jaw popped. So
Yeah.
that must
And
mean I'm holding tension in my jaw.
yeah.
If it
So
popped, correct?
if you find that, you've then got the masseter muscle just here by your ears. So it's kind of at the top of your jaw by your ears. Just massage that, and that will release tension in the
Okay.
jaw.
Well,
But can you
see,
see how each muscle, although you know, with the giraffe, we were working the platysma muscle, but you can feel that into the jaw. We were doing the jowl buster, and you can feel that coming up into your ears. So each muscle connects to the one next to it. So you're impacting on each one.
it feels like it feels great to like move from one to the next. And I love that this is a yoga practice. It feels like you can absolutely flow from one position into the next position, which is
Definitely.
great. And part of that, though, part of what makes yoga work is actually what we put inside of our body. Are there things that actually help our skin, because our skin is the biggest organ, right, in our
Yeah.
body? So what do we need to think about when it comes to skin health and ingesting? What are those things that we can use to help us have good skin?
Okay, so to be perfectly honest, absolutely everything we do impacts on our skin health. So absolutely everything. So from what we eat, drink, how we sit, how we stand, how we move, what we put on our skin, how we sleep, our environment, every single thing that we do in our daily lives impacts on our skin health, which is why I think I love it so much, because by just making my skin my focus, I'm looking after my entire health and well-being. My whole body comes into alignment with that. Because if I want healthy skin, then I need to look at the foods that I'm eating. So you want fresh whole foods. You want to ditch sugar.
Oh
Sugar's
gosh.
sugar's one of the most aging things that you can put into your body. I
I
wish I
hear
could.
that over and over again, right? I mean, everybody says we need to get rid of sugar. It just is this, it just wreaks havoc on our bodies. Our bodies aren't meant to have that much sugar in it. And it feels like sugar is in everything.
It
So
is.
I love that. But sugar is also an alcohol.
Yes. I'm trying to practice what I preach at the moment in terms of sugar. Since I've hit menopause, I was like, I'm a sugar fiend.
I
Fortunately,
know.
alcohol isn't my thing, but the minute you take alcohol into your body, it's converted into sugar, which is why you tend to find that people who drink alcohol a lot put on weight, because it's literally turning into sugar and sitting on the liver and around the gut. We hold it as women around the stomach area. So, but most of our Western diet, sadly, if you buy anything that's pre-packaged or processed, they will have put sugar in it to give it flavor or whatever. So you need to kind of get back to really just eating off the land, so it's kind of fresh fruit and veg, organic where you can possibly get it, locally produced food rather than
Right.
anything that's been shipped for thousands of miles, because anything that's been shipped has been sprayed with chemicals to keep it fresh while it's on the
Right.
boat coming over. So shop locally, try and shop organic if you can. Organic that's been shipped, there's no point, because it's been sprayed with chemicals. So if you're gonna eat organic, source organic locally, because otherwise there's no point, because it's been sprayed to keep it fresh.
That makes sense. And now that we're coming into summer, there's a lot of farmers markets. So it
Yeah.
makes it a little bit easier to go get more fresh organic type of food. Now, do certain greens help enrich and give more of a glow, or it's just, across the board having vegetables and whatnot?
No, greens, green juices and everything, they are, personally, I would say that they're as good as they're promised to be. But you need to have good quality ingredients going in there. So things like kale, spinach, they're going to give you a great iron intake. So and obviously iron is needed for the blood. When you start getting into things, you're stimulating. So by exercising and massaging, we're stimulating blood circulation into the skin, which in turn helps cell regeneration, helps with collagen and elastin production. Collagen and elastin are the proteins in our skin that help give it the strength and the elasticity. As we get older, that breaks down, causing lines and wrinkles. So that they will also provide vitamin C. You need vitamin C for cellular regeneration, for healing. Vitamin C is also great to give us a healthy glow. So yeah, I'm not a juicer per se, but I do try and make sure that I've got something green on my plate every day.
That's
Be
great.
whatever. Yeah.
So we've talked about the inside. Let's talk about the outside. What type of skincare products are good to put on our face, would you say? What are the
Again,
best ingredients in there?
yeah, I would go for you want to go for something that's plant-based. and try and go for something that is, again, potentially organic or as naturally produced as you can. Unfortunately, chemicals have gone into our skincare products. My nan always used to say, if you can't eat it, don't put it on your skin.
Oh, that's a good philosophy. I've seen people put yogurt on their skin, like as
Oh
as
yeah,
a facial, or avocado. Is
no,
that because of the oil?
no, basically, if you use, you need full fat Greek yogurt, okay? Full fat Greek yogurt, because of the enzymes in it. So the enzymes will actually help to break down dead skin cells. So if you put a little bit of Greek yogurt, a little bit of turmeric, be careful with that because it will stain any cloth or anything that you use after, so make sure you're washing it off with an old cloth. But yogurt, turmeric, and a little bit of honey is one of the best anti-aging masks you can put on your skin. You'll need raw honey though, so make it as raw and as fresh as you can. Sit with that on your skin for 10 minutes. You look at the healthy glow you've got after that.
I love that. That's fantastic. So if I'm looking for a new skin cleanser that's organic and plant-based, can you make some recommendations both for the UK and the United States?
Yeah, of course. So when it comes to cleansers, and this is for any skin type, because you want something that's an oil-based cleanser. Now, the reason anybody with an acne-prone skin is going to say, I can't put oil on my skin. I'm here to say, yes, you can. Because what will happen is if you put something that is astringent and not oil-based on your skin, it's going to dry your skin out. And as we get older, we don't want to dry our skin out because we want to keep it as youthful and as moisturized. And you don't want to do that with an oily skin or an acne-prone skin either, because it's going to basically dry the skin out and your skin's going to say, I need to produce more oil, which is the problem you're trying to solve in the first place. So whatever skin types you've got, don't be alarmed by using an oil-based cleanser. So what happens with an oil-based cleanser is that the oil will combine with the natural oils in our skin and will literally draw out all the impurities and dirt and anything we've got in the skin. So by putting oil on oil, they'll mix together and you will have a cleaner skin than you will if you use something that's stripping and drying. So in terms of products to use, in the UK, my number one brand is Tropic. So they do have a website, but you tend to find that I'm a Tropic ambassador. So, but I do also work for a major retailer on the beauty department here in the UK. So I'm dealing with skincare all day, every day. So Tropic, Ren. So I think Ren you can get in the UK and you can get in the USA as well. Ren do a lovely cleanser, which is is for sensitive skin, but it's the cream cleanser. I think it's just a gentle cream cleanser, and it's in a white and green package. Go for the cream one rather than the face wash, because the face wash is slightly more dry, but the cream one, beautiful, absolutely wonderful. And then I don't know whether you get a brand over in the USA, Emma Hardy.
Okay.
Their Moringa cleansing balm, one of the
Okay,
best
that is great. I wanted to ask you, you mentioned vitamin C. There's all these type of serums out there that are supposed to help our skin. Do you believe in the skin serums and the vitamin C's and the collagen and all of those?
Yes, is the answer to that. But it's finding what you need to find is there are a lot of chemical ones out there and synthetically produced. But it's actually finding a product and a brand that is a natural way of putting it into the skin. So vitamin C, definitely take that internally and find there's some wonder again. Ren have a beautiful vitamin C range. Tropic have got a great serum, vitamin C or vitamin C serum. So yes, absolutely.
Those work. Okay, that's good to know that they work. Now, how about the night creams and the eye creams? Are you a big fan of those as well?
Yeah. Skincare is my thing. Do you know, I was thinking somebody actually said to me the other day, how many products have you actually tried over the years? And I think it actually amounted to, over the years, bear in mind I've been in beauty 30 years this year, I must have tried at least 50 different brands.
Oh, I bet. And you know what? I have to admit, if you go underneath my sink, you're going to see half used different beauty products because I'm still on the hunt to find the right product for my skin. And it's very obvious your skin, if you're listening to this and you're not seeing it on the YouTube channel, her skin is beautiful. She has this amazing glow. So, Jacki, it absolutely works. So, I love to know this. For a little bit of a recap, you have to make sure that they are plant-based, that they have a little bit of oil in them, that they are truly organic and not synthetic. The serums are good, vitamin C is good, the night creams are good, the eye creams are all really good. And it really boils down to what you put inside your body ultimately.
Yeah, so basically inside and out. So making sure that you're feeding your skin or feeding your body the nutrients it needs to feed your skin and your entire health and well-being. You know, we really and truly, if we're really honest with ourselves, we know what we should be eating and we know what's good for us. But by the same token, think about that for the external bit as well, keeping our skin hydrated. The idea of skincare really is to keep your skin clean and to keep your skin hydrated. Dehydration is one of the worst things you can do, and if you find that you've got those really fine lines and wrinkles appearing on your skin, it's probably because your skin is dehydrated.
Now, when you say skin is dehydrated, it just makes me automatically think of, oh, I need to drink more water.
Drinking water helps, but your body will only hold a certain amount of water. So think about what, you know, if you ever increased your water intake, you're forever in the toilet because your body will only hold a certain amount. It's also, water's great for flushing through toxins and hydrating cells. Please don't think I'm not telling you to drink water. You need 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. Absolutely. But one of the best ways to take on water is actually to eat it. Now, it's very scientific, so I'll try and explain. When you take on water, it isn't a viscous consistency. That's the word I'm looking for. So you drink the water and it will flush through, and your cells and your liver and everything will take on what it needs, but the rest will go. Now, when you look at the water content in fruits and vegetables, eggs are also great for feeding water into the body. As long as you don't break it down. So the reason I don't do smoothies is because you break down the cellular structure. So although you're drinking it, it's still going through your body like water would. So when you eat a whole piece of fruit or veg, what you're doing is you're actually taking it on how it should, in its natural cellular structure. So you're taking it on with its fiber, you're taking it in with its water and everything intact. And as our body breaks that down, it kind of creates this kind of viscousy type of liquid, which is the same as the cellular liquid in our cells. So rather than thinking I'm just going to wash through, our cells will say, oh, I recognize that substance, I'm going to take it on board. So we actually get hydrated through that, but you do need to take on the fruit or veg in its whole structure rather than liquidizing it down. I'm not saying, I don't want to stop anybody from doing anything. If it's right for you, then it's right for you.
Right,
but
right.
in terms of how the science works, You're better off eating a whole apple rather than liquidizing it, because you're getting the fiber. Your body can actually break down. It won't be so high in sugar because the fiber will negate the speed at which it all breaks down in the body. But I'm getting a bit too sciencey.
That's okay. No, that's great. But what I want to ask you is, I think I misunderstand when people say, keep your skin hydrated, or if you're seeing the fine lines, your skin is dehydrated. So how do I make sure my skin is hydrated? Besides, eat well.
Eat well, drink water, and use a decent skincare product.
Okay, so the oil-based skincare product. If you're seeing those fine lines, you might be using too stringent of a skincare product.
Yeah. The other skincare product to look out for in terms of dehydration is hyaluronic acid.
Okay.
So again, hyaluronic acid is naturally produced in our skin cells. But as we go, unfortunately, as soon as we hit 21, our skin is actually at its optimum health and vitality at 21. It's all downhill from there, I'm afraid.
Goodness. Oh goodness. But that's okay. You know, it's never too late to start something new. That is, you know, I talk about that all the time. And I'm still looking for the right type of skincare product. So I love this. And I love this whole facial yoga, strengthening our necks, strengthening the muscles around our jaws, relaxing our muscles on our face. I mean, this is so great. This absolutely is going to be, I am adding this into my morning routine and my evening routine, because it needs to be looked at just as important as any other exercise that we do. So definitely. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, how can they get in contact with you to start doing some of your your facial yoga exercises with you?
Okay, cool. So my first port of call would be my website, which is www.intheglowfaceyoga.com. And if you go onto the community page in there, you have access to my Facebook group, my YouTube. I'm also on Instagram. I'm not a great lover of Instagram. Shouldn't say that really. But
we have to be on all the socials, so that's okay. That's great.
Exactly. So there would go to my website. Come and join me in my Facebook group, because I put videos and skincare tips and advice in there. I'd love to, you know, welcome people inside of that, so that you can actually get a little taste of what I do. And if you also go onto the community page, there is I've got a little 5-minute facelift without a knife and needles, which is 6 exercises that you can introduce into your skincare routine. To 5 minutes a day it takes, and you'll see the difference within sort of, I'd say about 21 days, you'll actually start seeing differences.
Well, I am definitely going online and hopping in, because I cannot wait to start this routine. So Jacki, thank you so much for being on the New Mid.
Oh, just thank you so much for having me. It's been a real joy.